imagine the sky is the limit. Imagine that you can accomplish anything you want. Imagine that a new mission is just beginning. Imagine that and more, and that's what the last 10 years of the Harris Theater have been.
The night we opened is engraved in my memory. November 8th, 2003.
It was absolutely thrilling. The Harris Theater is a home for Chicago's mid-sized music and dance companies.
The resident companies are, in fact, the very soul and heart of the Harris Theater and its mission.
Hubbard Street started performing here 10 years ago. It was one of the original companies that this theater was meant for as a resident company.
It provides us a venue to premiere works. We work in Chicago on these creations, and the first place it happens is in Chicago at the Harris Theater.
The resident companies were essentially the reason we built this theater. 10 years later, we would also be the home to many international acclaimed artists and companies that come to us from all over the world.
Harris Theater Presents has been about bringing the very best from this country, but also bringing the very best of the world to Chicago, whether it be the Hamburg Ballet, the West Eastern Divan Orchestra and Daniel Barenboim.
We have had the Chamber Music Society of Lincoln Center, Pinchas Zuckerman.
To be able to present Mikhail Baryshnikov, to be able to bring the New York City Ballet to Chicago.
The simulcast of the Paris Opera Ballet to 18,000 people out in Millennium Park was thrilling. It's about the greatest artists from around the world being put into the same space that some of the resident companies here in Chicago are performing, and all of them together saying, look what's happening here, some really amazing work.
For us, there really is what we sometimes like to call just the feel-good factor. Does it feel right? And when we look at all of our partnerships across the country, there really is no other partnership that feels as right as our partnership with the Harris Theater.
The first time I performed at the Harris Theater, I have to admit, I was quite terrified when I walked on the stage, seeing all the people in the audience just staring at me. But once I started playing the piano, the Harris Theater's beautiful piano really put away all my fears.
The Harris Theater has provided many performance opportunities for Andrew and the master classes for his music education, and I think this type of exposure is very critical.
The Imagine campaign is to engage the rest of Chicago to help us imagine what the Harris Theater can be over the next 10 years.
The Imagine campaign outlines what will be necessary to make the next 10 years even more exciting than the first 10 years have been. It talks to program initiatives, to building the strength of the resident companies. It speaks to improving the quality of the building, the addition of elevators to the lobby and the expansion of the lower lobby areas will really make the Harris the best world-class theater it was intended to be from the beginning. Imagine what that would be like.
Chicago without the Harris Theater is like New York without Carnegie Hall.
You can do anything you can imagine to do.
10 years into this, I think it's an amazing evolution that can only continue.
We'll continue to increase our programming and look for what's imaginative, what's original, what's new.
What we imagined when we designed this theater was to create a home for Chicago's music and dance companies. What we imagine now is almost limitless.
Imagine.
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 Imagine.